Hey ladies, Courtney Sheree here. I'm the Curvy Health Coach, and welcome to day 2 of our 12-day fitness challenge. Today we're actually going to get into the fitness routines, and I wanted to kind of ease our way into it because everybody's at different fitness levels for one thing, and we just don't want to start off with a whole bunch of crazy routines jumping right at you. So today we're going to focus on flexibility, and we're going to go through 13 simple exercises to kind of help with your range of motion and to increase your flexibility. The reason why stretching and flexibility routines are very important to your exercise regimen is because, first of all, they take a backseat. So a lot of people actually don't get in enough stretching and flexibility into their regimen. Second, it also helps you decrease your risk of activity-based injuries. So if you have a whole bunch of knee problems or back problems, stretching is very important to make sure you decrease your risk of getting any type of problems further down the road. With that said, we're going to go ahead and jump into the routine. So the first challenge, or the first exercise in the challenge, is to walk or do a light jog for 15 minutes. So y'all go ahead and do that real quick, and then come back in here. You can walk outside if it's nice weather, or you can walk inside around the house, or walk around. You can walk in place, or you can march in place. Just play some music in the background so you won't get too bored. But go ahead and do that and then come back here. All right, welcome back. So now we're going to get into the first exercise of the routine, or the second exercise, I should say, and that is going to be the shoulder rolls. So shoulder rolls are pretty simple. You're just going to very fluidly roll your shoulders forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. So very calmly, and you're going to do this for about 30 seconds. And after you do that for 30 seconds, you're going to switch directions, and you're going to go from the back forward. And you want to try to get a pretty good range here and try to loosen up your shoulders and a little bit of your back muscles. And you're just going to do that for 30 seconds. So that's your first exercise. Your second exercise is actually going to be the neck roll. And it's really simple. You're just going to take your neck and lean it to the right, go forward, go to the other side to the left, and then go forward again, go back to the right side. And the reason why I'm not going all the way around is because I actually read that you can injure your neck whenever you go all the way around. So you still get the same stretch by just doing this left to right. You're just isolating it a little bit more. So you're going to do that for about 30 seconds, and then you're done with that. The third exercise we're going to do is arm circles. Arm circles are pretty simple. You're going to start off in a forward motion for 30 seconds, and then you're going to go in the backward direction for 30 seconds. So you're just going to start off making pretty small circles, and you want to engage your whole arm and a little bit of your shoulders to get through these. And when you do those for 30 seconds, you're going to change directions and go behind, go backward motion. Okay? So after you're done with your arm circles, your fourth exercise is going to be arm stretch. So you're going to take your right arm across your body and just stretch it out. And maybe do like a couple of wrist circles right here and kind of loosen up your wrist muscles. You're going to do this for about 30 seconds. And you're going to switch sides and do the other side, the left side. I'm going to do a couple of wrist circles again. All right. So that about wraps up our upper body. We're going to get more into the lower body now. Hey, we're back, and now we're going to get into the next set of our exercises. So the next exercise is going to be the standing stretch, and it's going to work like the sides of our bodies. And then we'll move down to our hamstrings and our calf muscles and our legs, and we'll get those in. So the first thing you want to do is kind of lunge out a little bit to the left. And usually some people do like a lunge, but if you have bad knees, you can just kind of straighten out your leg. Just don't lock your knees because you just don't want to add any extra stress to them. So whenever you lunge out to the left, you're going to bring your left arm out and kind of slide it down a little bit for support. And then you're just going to bring your right arm up on the inhale. And then just stretch it over your head like this. And exhale. Inhale again and bring it up and over your head. And then exhale it down. And you're going to do that about 5 times on each side. So the right side you're going to lunge out and then just do the same exercise 5 times. So you're just going to inhale, stretch it over, exhale, inhale again, stretch over, exhale. Alright, so that's the standing side stretch. Again, you're going to do that for 5 times. Then you're going to move that 5 times on each side. And then you're going to move on to the next set of exercises, which is the crossover hamstring stretch. I'm going to bring the camera over here so you can see me a little bit better. Hey, okay, so now we're going to get into our next routine, our next exercise, which is the crossover hamstring stretch. This is a pretty simple stretch as well. I'm going to explain it first, and then I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the exercise. So basically, you're just going to take your right leg and cross it over your left, and you want to keep your left leg straight. You actually want to put 65 to 80% of your body weight on your left leg. And then you're going to slightly bend your right leg, and you're just going to fold over and do a stretch. And you're going to do that on both legs and switch it over. Now you're just going to take your right leg first and cross it over your left. You want to keep your left leg as straight as you can, and you want to bend a little bit of your right leg, and then just fold over and go down as far as you can. Don't want to overstress yourself. Now you're going to do these stretches for 30 seconds, and then you're going to switch legs. So you're going to switch legs. You're going to take the left leg and fold it over the right. Make sure you keep your right leg straightened, and your left leg is going to be bent a little bit. Then you're just going to fold over and stretch as far as you can. And you should feel these in your hamstring. It's pretty good, actually. All right, and again, you want to do that for 30 seconds. So that's basically the crossover hamstring stretch. We're going to get into our next exercise now. Okay, now we're getting to the last leg of our stretches, and I'm going to explain the next two and then show you them here in a few minutes. So the first one is a flat back hamstring stretch, and that one you're going to take your legs shoulder width apart, and you're going to keep your legs straight at all times, and you're going to bend over and just keep your back flat as well. And you're going to bend over as far as you can, and you're going to until you feel the stretch into your hamstrings. And make sure your back doesn't curve. There's not a curvature or anything like that. You want to keep it as flat as you can. And don't worry about trying to push it or anything like that. Don't overexert yourself. We're just now getting to these routines. I'm just now getting back into shape. I'm really out of shape, but we'll get the hang of it. So the next exercise after that is the wide leg hamstring back stretch. And you're just going to basically stretch your legs a little bit wider, or place your legs a little bit wider than the flat back stretch. And you're going to bend all the way over as far as you can and try to get to the floor. So I'm going to show you these exercises now, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Alright, so the first stretch we're doing is the flat back hamstring stretch. So again, you're going to take your legs shoulder width apart, and you're going to keep your legs straight. Take your arms out like this, and then slowly bend over and over over, and if you can touch the ground, touch it. Make sure your back is flat, and you want to feel the stretch right in here, which I feel right now. So keep your legs as straight as you can, and just take in stretch. So you want to do that for about 30 seconds. Then you're going to do the wide leg hamstring stretch, and basically it's the same one as the last one. You're just going to take the legs even further apart, and now you're going to bend over, and you're going to try to reach the floor. So this one, you want to try to get your elbows to the ground. If you can't, it's fine. Don't try to overexert yourself. And you're going to stay in this one for about 30 seconds as well. And again, you want to keep your legs straight. You're going to feel the stretch all through the back of your leg. And that's it for those exercises. We're going to get into the last 4, and we're going to get on the ground. Okay, now we reached the last of our stretches, and all of these are going to be on the ground. They're still going to be leg stretches. And the first one is just a regular leg stretch. So you can either folding your leg like this, or you can just open up both legs, and you're going to take it over to the right like this. And just stretch over about 30 seconds. And you're going to take it over to the left for about 30 seconds. And something I like to do whenever I'm doing those stretches is I like to go back and forth from pointing my toes to flexing them. The point flex whenever I'm in the stretch. And it just adds like a little bit of extra nuance to it. Extra little bit of stretch to it. So you're going to do those leg stretches, each leg for 30 seconds. And then you're going to come down in the middle and do this one for 30 seconds as well. And you're going to feel that again all up in your legs, like the hamstrings, calves. So you'll feel all of that stretch in there. The next one is, let's see, it is the bounded angle. And that's just taking your legs in butterfly position. And I usually like to twist and push my leg down. So you're gonna twist to the left and put your right hand down. You're gonna push it down on your right leg and then twist. Do that for 30 seconds, and you do the other side. Do that for 30 seconds, and then again you can come in the middle and do that stretch for 30 seconds. Alright guys, so we reached the last 2 exercises of our routine, and now we're just going to do a simple forward front leg stretch. So you're just going to extend your 2 legs in front of you, like so, and you're just going to raise your arms up and extend them and try to reach beyond your toes. We're going to do that for 30 seconds. And you can also do the little flex and point at this one. And just gives you a little more stretch in the calf. So you can do that for 30 seconds. And then our last exercise is actually one of my favorites. It's the side lunge stretch. So you're just going to take your legs a little bit further than your shoulders, and you're going to lunge to the right. Good. Just stretch out your inner thigh. And you're going to do that for 30 seconds. And you're going to switch sides. You do that for 30 seconds. And then you're good to go. You're good. So that's it for our first routine of this challenge, guys. Now, again, flexibility is very important for us to get into our regimen. Yeah, they recommend about 20 to 30 minutes a day. It's really hard to get that in, but at least try to do 10 to 15 minutes 4 to 5 times a week. And this regimen, this little routine is pretty quick and easy, and It's definitely good for you. So with that said, look for another bonus challenge later on today. And also look for the next challenge for tomorrow. We're gonna do cardio. So we'll get a little sweat on tomorrow. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.